Hello and welcome back to Shakesyear. We are working on the troublesome reign of King John, and we get to hear from Friar Lawrence today in Act 1, Scene 11. Friar Lawrence, who was hiding in a chest in a nun's room in the cloisters. So the bastard had been given the charge by King John that he was supposed to go and take all of the money from all of the abbeys and the churches and the cloisters and everything like that, because King John has been excommunicated. So he's like, all the money that I gave to the churches, I now want back, and I'm going to use that to muster an army. So he sent Philip the bastard to go collect on that, and that's what's happening in Act 1, Scene 11. Philip had shown up at this abbey, and he said, give me all of your money, and they didn't want to. But then one of the friars is like, okay, here's our chest that has all of our wealth in it, and they open it up and a nun jumps out. So this nun, Alice, is a surprise to all of them, of course. And the bastard is like, all right, if all you have for wealth is a nun, then you're all going to be hanged. And she's like, no, I know another nun who's been hoarding money for 7 years. Let's go look in the chest that she has. So they go look in that chest and they open it up, and Friar Lawrence comes out. And now all the friars are like, oh my goodness, now we're all done for. And Philip is like, yeah, you're all arrested. You're all going to be hanged for this. And Friar Lawrence says, O tempus ita rerum. Give children books, they tear them. O vanitas vanitatis, in this warning aetus. At 80 well near to go to this gear, to my conscience a clog, to die like a dog. Exaude me, Domine, si vi me peresse, se abero veniam. To go and fetch it, I will dispatch it, 100 pounds sterling for my life's sparing. So I apologize for my terrible Latin. I warned you yesterday that you were going to hear some terrible Latin. But the Latin bits, according to Google Translate to, oh, time-consuming things, and then give children books, oh, vanity of vanities, in this waning age, and then skip a little bit farther down, and he says, hear me, Lord, if you want to spare me, if I have, I will forgive you. So this is, it's a prayer, it's a cry for help, it's a please spare us in this whole thing. He's like, I don't want to die like a dog, I don't want to die like this. So he says to God, please spare me, please help me. And then he says to the bastard, give me a second and I can go get you 100 pounds sterling that I can bring to you right now. So bargaining for his life, similar to how the other friars were bargaining for each other's lives earlier in the scene. And before the bastard can respond, this prophet named Peter enters, and it says that he enters with people. So presume these are his followers, people that want him to prophesy about certain things. And there's a boy in the crowd who's like, please come home with me and prophesy to my sister how many husbands she's going to have. And Peter's like, yes, I will, I'll be there. And the boy, I guess, pays him in cheese. He's like, here's a cheese for you. And the prophet is like, yes, I'll be there. And the bastard almost instantly recognizes that this guy is a trickster. He's a sham artist. He's not actually a prophet. So he arrests the prophet, and as he's taking him off, he's like, remember, Friar Lawrence, you owe me 100 pounds. And if you bring me that 100 pounds, then, you 3 friars and the nuns, you're all going to be safe. I'll spare your lives if you give me the 100 pounds. So that's the end of Act 1, Scene 11, which there isn't an equivalent scene for this in Shakespeare's version. It's just mentioned that the bastard has been ransacking the abbeys and the people are not happy about it, but we don't actually get to see him do it. So in this version, we get to see him do it in this Act 1, Scene 11, which is weirdly farcical, and the meter of all of it, or of most of it, is different. Almost none of it is in iambic pentameter. Some of it has 7 or 8 feet per line. A lot of it rhymes. Some of it, including what Friar Lawrence said today, doesn't really seem to have meter to it. They're very, very short lines, but it's an interesting way to get to play with the rhythm and the pacing of the scene, sort of based on what those different meters make you do as an actor. So if you ever get to perform this scene, I would recommend just sort of going with the flow of where the text takes you, which is, decent advice for most Shakespearean plays. even though this isn't necessarily Shakespeare. But anyway, come on back tomorrow for more, and we will figure out what's going to happen with this next round of warring. Hooray! I'll see you then. Mwah.